I went over and I rewatched the highlights from last week, and I didn't realise that half the grid nearly crashed out pretty much. And Williams were the only team to finish outside the points, I think. Imagine Williams are so bad that even when half the team is gone or half the grid is gone, they still cannot score points. They are
I
that
feel
bad.
for them a little bit, though. I mean, it's of course a management problem where they used to be so good however many years ago when, what's his name? The actual Williams who started the team.
Frank Williams?
You could say any name right now and that wouldn't ring a bell. So let's say Frank for your argument. He started the team, and of course they were a lot stronger than they are now. And now his daughter's taken over and she's looking after everyone. Clearly something's not going right where, was it their chief mechanical engineer or something like that? He's not doing a great enough job, and they're having these problems when they're racing. It's just, I only really watch the highlights. I don't sit there for the however many hours, watch the qualifying on that, which I still have an interest in the sport. But of course, I've watched the Netflix documentaries for the last 2 years. Really interesting, even for non-Formula One fans. So I'll definitely recommend to watch. They've done it very well, but without going on a tangent, that team seems to have a lack of leadership, which of course, if you don't have strong leadership, no one really has a sense of where they're going. And that means that you just kind of get on with your day rather than have goals and objectives to get to. So I think with that team, it's been on the downslope for however many years now. And it's really sad because, of course, they're locally based in the UK and they're properly locally based, not like the Mercedeses or the Renaults that have their offices here for whatever purposes, but don't actually have much to do with the UK. So from a very patriotic point of view, those guys are not doing great. And it's very sad to see when a team who has potential, if you think about it, it only takes a handful of personnel changes. And I reckon that team could be a completely different team.
It's probably down to an injection of money as well. Because I remember the first season of, it's not Last Dance, is it? It's Drive to Survive. That's the Netflix series that shows Formula One and kind of the behind the scenes and everything.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Jordan's in this one.
Imagine him trying to fit in a car.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No.
I'm saying that, he wasn't like the stockiest of guys. He was just very well built, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's just tall because he's an NBA player. So you can imagine they'd have to like saw, like, I don't know, like saw a bit in the bottom to kind of make it stretch longer.
Yeah, he's not Shaquille O'Neal though, is he? So imagine that getting
Oh my
into
God,
a Formula
imagine
One car.
Shaq in a Formula One car.
That just wouldn't work. I think I saw a documentary somewhere, I don't remember where from, but him just trying to fit into a normal sports car, and he's got a collection of them. And he literally just sits there with his like legs like that, and he's just like sat there like, yeah, this is really uncomfortable. I can't go for long journeys in it.
It's like us going into like some kid's toy electric car now, you know, the type.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to fit in one of them.
Not far off, probably, yeah.
Exactly, it just looks so fucking stupid. But Williams, in that first season, they were using Lance Stroll's father as an investor in order to make sure that they had enough funds to actually be able to be air quotes competitive, even though we could clearly see that they weren't being particularly competitive at all. But it just shows in Formula One that, you know, you need money and a lot of it to be able to compete.